Hello and welcome, it's Richard McCann here. I am the founder of the I Can Speak Academy and I have been out today undercover at the back of an event where I saw a speaker make a few mistakes. I took a few notes and I came back and I thought I've just got to share these with people because I want the likes of you to maybe learn from some of her mistakes. Let's call them mistakes, things that could have improved her or enhanced her presentation. Great content, but various things she did that I thought could have been done differently. So, what were they? First of all, you may be wondering, if you don't know who I am, what gives me the right or the credibility to be critiquing her? Well, let me tell you, I've been speaking now for 12 years, or is it 13? 2005 I started. I'm a keynote speaker. I've spoken all around the world to 2,153 audiences. Who's counting? I am, of course, because I used to have a fear of speaking and I knew one day that I might be able to say, gosh, I've done 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. How incredible is that, having had an almighty fear of speaking for most of my life. Anyway, so if she'd have only been to the boot camp, the I Can Speak boot camp, she would have picked up some of the tips that I would like to give you now and hopefully share with you if you want to come to the boot camp in the future. First of all, I work with people sometimes one-to-one. If I get asked, I don't advertise that, but if someone's really keen to really have an incredible keynote presentation, I'll do that, or maybe a pitch, I'll help them with that. I sometimes get asked to bring large groups of people together and share my content, but of course most people don't get up to take part in the exercises, but the activity that I like most of all is this thing, the little I Can Speak bootcamp. 10 to 12 people in a room all day with me, up and down on your feet all day. That's how you learn. You can read ebooks, you can watch YouTube, you can watch this. The real learning is in the doing. So, what did she do wrong? Well, she didn't apply the 7 habits of highly effective speakers, because had she known them, she would have done some things that I saw. Like this. For example, she stood there with a cup in her hand and a felt tip marker pen in the other. Now, if you're going to have something in your hand, have it there for a functional reason. That's my wireless presenter. That allows me to go from this slide to the next without having to go over to my computer. She also did that. She went over to her computer and kept pressing next, next, next. That lessens her credibility, in my opinion. So, she didn't drink the water. Have a glass of water, have a drink from time to time, but put the glass down. She didn't drink it. It was a minor distraction. The third thing that I saw her do wrong was she didn't do this. She didn't give the audience eye contact. I know that's slightly distracting, but to make the point, it's an important point. If you're going to speak, if you're going to engage, connect with an audience, you've got to look them in the eye, as I'm trying to do now. Of course, it's a camera lens, but it's the same concept. Some speaker trainers will tell you to look over the audience's head or their eyebrows. That's not connection. You look at somebody over here for a few seconds, you look at somebody over here for a few seconds, over here for a few seconds, not above their heads. I'm looking over your heads now. That doesn't work as well as that does. That's looking you right in the eye. Got that? That was what she didn't do, and I thought she could have done better had she done it. Next, she didn't have any of this. Vocal variety. It was all pretty monotone like this, and if I wasn't careful, I was going to fall asleep. Blah, blah. No! Our audience needs to be excited and audience needs to be kind of given variety, not just in the words, but our slides, our content, etc. They're bored to death with speakers. It's death by PowerPoint. We've got to engage them, excite them, entertain them even with some vocal variety, which is what I'm trying to do now to make the point. The next thing that I saw her do, and of course I'm not going to use her words because that would identify her and her organisation. She had little text like that on a slide, surrounded by this big field of snow here, might as well be, and it was lost on the slide. And also, she gave all the points away before we got to them. I once saw a speaker, bottom point there was, became bankrupt. So we knew before he even told us that it became bankrupt. This wasn't her this morning, but she did a similar thing. I've recreated the slide there. What she could have done is bring in one point at a time, if she's going to have bullet points, bring them on, but large, big and bold, big and bold. 1, tell the story. 2, tell the story. 2, 3, make a point, etc., etc., etc. So just flick through that, I don't need that one. Of course, I was joking. That is what she said. She flicked through 2 slides and said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. In fact, she said, I didn't have time to read my slides this morning. She was too busy. Somebody provided her with the slides to go through like the company blurb. I thought that was, well, appalling. I thought it was appalling for a speaker. You've got to know your content. You've got to have looked at your slides. You just have to do it. It's going to lessen and damage your credibility if she says things like that. Anyway, so there's just a few things that would have enhanced what she did. Content was reasonably good, but she could have enhanced it all with either applying these things or not doing some of the things that I've just pointed out. If you're interested in really getting to grips with your presentation, communication skills, you want to stand up and share a message, a keynote speaker, a leader in an organisation, in the community, I'd love to invite you along to the next I Can Speak bootcamp. That's that small group setting, and it's in Leeds, and it's on, I think it's Wednesday, the 10th of May, and you can find out more details on icanspeak.co.uk, more details about the content, and also you'll get some video testimonials from previous delegates. I'm Richard McCann. Goodbye for now.